The probe firm settings, you'll see that the first thing that you can set is the minimum level of staff that can modify an audit program. Okay, so you'll see that most of your right-click menus are linked to this specific setting. So in, let's say, for example, your audit program for property, plant and equipment, if you right-click on the a specific step and that step is grayed out, it means that the case view level is higher in this document, in your probe firm settings, than what the case view level is of the person that is logged into the file. Okay, so that means that that specific staff member won't be able to insert or delete lines. Okay, so in probe, you'll see in most documents you've got the functionality of inserting more lines and then deleting your own lines, ignoring procedures. All those type of right-click menus is linked to this case view level. So you can set it to either the lowest, that means that all your staff will be able to actually insert specific steps, or you can go and make sure that it's set for maybe your management staff or your seniors, etc. Okay, so if you don't want your juniors to actually be able to delete procedures or insert their own procedures. Okay, then next we've got the position of the page numbers. So you can decide you want the page numbers to print in the footer and the header, only in the footer, or in both. Okay, so it's really just where does the page number print in my document. Then something that we've had quite a bit of requests is the date and the time that prints in the footer. So you'll see that at the moment mine is off. So if I'm just going to print screen this document, this document doesn't have a footer. So I'm just going to go open a document quickly, and then I'll show you what happens when I switch that off. So in a lot of cases people ask, please can we hide the date and the time for a specific for the documents that print, because we want to print the file out just before practice review comes, and we don't want them to think that we only completed the file now. Things like that. Okay, so you can actually switch off the date and the time, and you'll see now at the moment it's blank. And if I go back to my firm settings and I switch it back on, and I print preview, you'll see that now you can see the date and time. Okay, so this is purely just to switch the date and time off. Okay, then you'll see that now we're going to do some settings in the audit programs. Okay, so first of all, you've got the results and conclusions. It's a little line on your audit program that shows results and conclusions, and then you have a little input cell below it, and you can switch it off. So you can say you never want to see it, or you only want to see it, or you want to see it below each procedure, or you want to see it only below your significant risk responses. So I'm going to open the audit program quickly and show you. Okay, so at the moment, I don't have any significant risks in this file, so I'm just going to show you if I switch it on always, it will obviously show below each procedure, and then or you can set it so it only shows below the significant risks, or you can turn it off completely. Okay. Then you can have your assertions column switched on. So in the audit program, it will switch on the assertions column. So you'll see this is the assertions column, so you can switch that on there. Just going to quickly close that document. You can switch on the risk table, the lead schedules, so it shows significant items and clearly trivial items. So this is all in the first tab of your document, your work program. And you'll see that I've got, this is my risk table that I switched on. I've also switched on that I want to see individually significant items. I've also switched on that I want to see clearly trivial items. And I've switched my lead schedule on. Okay. So this was all off when, obviously, if you untick these items. So I'm just going to go switch off my lead schedule just to quickly show you guys. Then I won't see the lead schedule on the work program. Okay. Then descriptions. In a lot of cases, some audit firms use different descriptions for the engagement partner or the managing partner or the EQCR or whatever, and this is where you can come and change it. So if you change it here, it will change in your engagement evaluation and your partner sign-off documents. Okay. Then assertions. So all you can change here is you can change what's the abbreviation that is being used within the different documents. So if you don't like the abbreviation for completeness and you want to make it CO, then it will change within all of ProBeta's documents, it will change to CO. Okay. Then the types of procedures that you can complete. Remember, in 1220, you can say what type of procedures you want to complete. So you can go and change, let's say you don't want to call it required procedures, you want to call it, this is my standard, basic procedure, standard or basic procedures, then you can go and change it here. And it will change throughout Probe. Please just note that if you change the order, or if you, let's say you want to have type 2 as significant risk responses, not significant risk responses and rather test of control, it will actually not, it doesn't actually work like that. So it's just really if you want to change the wording, if you don't like the word required procedure, you want to call it basic, just change the wording for that. Okay. So don't change the order. Then materiality. Okay, there's a couple of things that you can change in materiality. First of all, you can say that Probe must suggest a performance materiality that you want to use. So if you click on the first little radio button over there, you'll see that it will tell you that for a low desired audit risk, you'll have 80%. For a very low desired audit risk, it will give you a 70%. And for a minimum desired audit risk, it will give you a 60%. So what that means is that on your materiality document 1060, it will show you that that amount. So it will take performance, it will take overall materiality times 80% or overall materiality times 60%, and that would be the suggestion. So I've just quickly opened my my materiality document. You'll see that I've ticked revenue, and it says that I must choose between 41 and 83,000. Okay, so let's just make that 83,000. Okay, I've got too many zeros. 83,000, and it means that because I've got a desired audit risk of minimum, remember it's 80, 70, 60, so it's got 60, it calculates performance materiality as 60% of overall materiality. Okay, so it gives you the amount, it calculates the amount. If you go and you say, okay, I want a range, I don't want the 80, 70, 60, it's going to give you a range to choose from. Okay, then I go back to my materiality, and then you'll see that it now gives me a range. So it says now you must choose your materiality between 49,000 and 66,400. So you can now choose in the range, and not, it doesn't give you the, it obviously calculates it in already, but you can just override it because it now gives you a range to calculate from. Okay. Then also, obviously, the 80, 70, 60, if your firm believes that the 80, 70, 60 is not in line with their requirements, then you can change the 80, 70, 60. Okay. The same with clearly trivial. We give you a 3%, so you can either say, okay, give me a flat 3% or give me a range. And then you can say the minimum percentage for clearly trivial is 3 and the maximum is maybe 4.5, and it will give you a range on your materiality assessment. Instead of just giving you the 2,400, it calculates a range. It gives you a range. Okay, and without the range, it looks like that. Okay, so that's really just what is your preference within your firm. Okay, individually significant items as well. It tells you what is individually significant in your firm. What do you think is individually significant? Okay, the default in Probe is 25%, and that can be overridden. Okay, then the parameters. We give you a couple of parameters. You can go and switch them on and off. So if you think that you'll never use gross profit within your firm, then you can go switch it off so it will never appear on your materiality document. Or you can go switch them all on and then they will always all appear. Okay, you can also set the percentages. So if you think our percentages is not in line with your firm policy, then you can go and change them. I'm just going to jump to show you. Now it's added gross profit and net profit after tax. Okay, and then in the actual materiality document, you can go and add your own lines as well. Okay. Okay, that was the materiality